Denis Cyplenknov. No Limits, Devon Larratt go next. But first,
his big return to super heavyweight arm wrestling. Denis Cyplenknov is back and he is ready, is in shape, he is ready, and let's see if he has what it takes to bring down the giant of Devon Larratt.
His opponent hails from Ottawa, Canada.
Super heavyweight and heavyweight world champion of East versus West. The most recognizable face in the world of arm wrestling, Devon Larratt, is here and he's ready to battle Denis Cyplenknov. There's been a lot of drama, a lot of talk, a lot of hate surrounding this match. We can see there's fans traveling from all over the world just to watch versus Devon Larratt. I can't wait till Neil gets here and starts screaming. 48 years old, Devon Larratt, 41, Denis Cyplenknov. Devon, 10 centimeters long. This is a big one. This is a hard match. We need to know where Denis Cyplenknov of 2023 ranks right now. We're going to find out in a second. Neil pickup.
Shoulders. Devon, rotate.
Wow,
Shoulders.
what a start.
Okay. Center this way.
Intensity 101. Time is now Cyplenknov.
Okay.
And Devon Larratt, no limits.
Shoulders again.
Intense look on his face. Cyplenknov trying to wait
Center bit.
and launch that vicious counter.
Still move. Shoulders.
Engaging and leaning forward there, Larratt.
Try to grip.
Cornet of Germany. Referee Jordan Larratt.
It was good, eh, Dennis?
Turn.
It was good, doing that.
Shoulders back. Shoulders back. Shoulders back.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
No.
I'm good. You good, Dennis? You good?
His usual low hand grip. So I started arm wrestling, and at that time we were talking about this match. That's how long time it's been. I'm excited to see
I'm on his side
finally
of the table.
maybe Denis isn't who he was, or maybe he is, and we will find out.
Okay, don't
today.
move, okay?
Doesn't matter what it is. In 2020,
Over,
two guys are arm wrestling. Let's see who is the strongest one.
Over.
Here we go. The hands.
Dennis, I'll close you first, okay? Don't move. Center this way.
The Cornet moving to the centre. It comes towards Larratt. Devon.
Dennis's webbing is way lower than Devon's. Devon is pulling not only that, but also center. The shoulder has been
Momentum forward there from Devon Larratt.
Center.
Alexander asking for it to be centred a little further. No limits, Devon Larratt wraps now. We're almost there. And away we go! Big drive onto the hand and no limits. Devon Larratt has control. But a smile from Denis Cyplenknov. The crowd here impending erupts. And the first glove.
side pressure. Let's see in a strap, will that change? And what will be the game plan of Denis Cyplenknov? I think Devon knows it's very important to get him out of his shoulder line and take the pronator. If he can get the pronator, he neglects a lot of power that Denis has. Even if he drives back with his bicep pressure, he will be outstretched and maybe pinned in position.
Brilliant strategy from Larratt there, trying to make sure that the frame, the height, the rise is engaged, and that he closes down the opportunity. Puts Big Shake onto the B side, makes him
Referee's grip again. I close you first.
Unusual angle. Make him
shoulders, Devon.
contest
Shoulders, one level.
tight spaces.
Center. This way.
Uncomfortable
Center.
for big men.
Center. Don't close. Open. Center.
Again, with that forward
Shoulders.
momentum. The shoulders aligned again.
down.
Like they're clearly rotated in. The refs need to take control of this
Center's
match
this
a little
way.
bit
Center's
better.
towards you.
That was pressure hard with that side pressure. He knows a lot of guys will fight him there, and he can drain them out.
More susceptible going the
Much
strap,
better,
for sure.
much better setup. Let's see.
We go. On the way we go! We are on the way, and a big drive to the back of the park from Denis Cyplenknov. And now Devon Larratt goes on the attack. The pronator is engaged, but he needs to hang on to it. And Denis working hard. We're in a war, ladies and gentlemen, in the opening round here. And Devon Larratt is blasting holes into the hand of of Denis Cyplenknov, and he must stay with it, starting to put that wear and tear into the arm of the giant Russian, engages the shoulder, maintains the height and the space, is closed down, there's the pin, there's the opening authority. There, maybe, but maybe not. One thing I will tell you is the man with the military background knows this is a battle of attrition. And as you looked at the face of Devon Larratt as she sees the first pin hit the pad, Devon had done massive damage. He strafed the hand and wrist of Denis Cyplenknov, and listen to the crowd realizing here inside this hotel. The Green Park is on fire.
We're seeing history
Versus West 10.
This is very, very quiet Devon Larratt. He's very, very focused. This match means world to him. This is one of those things that he needs to do. Right now, he's very, very focused on taking the same approach. He did it perfectly. Stop Denis's pronator, turn the palm up, took the control. Denis was trapped in position. He could stretch out, but there was not a lot of options where he could go. Let's see if this goes to a strap again. Devon could maybe stop it and not let go. Let's see how much damage did Denis take in round number one. Denis is more active. He's giving a little bit more. You can hear the crowd. I hope you can hear the crowd at home.
Here we go. No limits. Devon Larratt, Denis Cyplenknov, 1-0. The score to the man from Canada at this stage. Devon folds that shoulder tight on the way we go. Straight to the pad. It's ignition. And it hits the target on a special.
It's too much of everything right now.
2018 was a few years ago. This is a different arm on a very, very different day. And today, no limits, Devon Larratt.
Minya.
Shoulders.
Pam'yet.
Wrist.
Minya.
Shoulders.
Devon is saying, "Remember me," in Russian to Denis.
One warning.
One warning. Fuck. I'm square.
No. Look at this.
Yes, it's square.
You can see the face of Matt Mask. He's so happy for Devon for this.
Big drive there. Thick shake, balls up the hand. Denis equal to it. And Devon drove to the side, couldn't finish. Needs to retain that focus. Not a good idea to take his foot off the gas. No, it's hard
Especially
not to
with
get carried away,
someone
Ray.
like Denis. And like a lot of Russians talk about his endurance. Like Zaur said it. Denis is like, you might lift 100 kilos, but Denis can hold 70 kilos in a position for 1 minute. That is his superpower right now. We're seeing this is different Denis Cyplenknov than we saw back in 2018. His style has evolved. It's more defensive. It's more endurance oriented. The problem is you're fighting someone like Devon Larratt who can take full advantage. He knows techniques very well. He knows what he needs to attack and where he needs to put on pressure. And that first round was grueling.
It's interesting you talk about evolution there, because I'm not sure anybody has evolved more in the last 18 months than the man from Canada. We've seen this guy change everything about himself.
Shoulders.
Look at what it means to him. Driven hard into that strap, that forward momentum, and close down the pressure, and he starts to talk to Denis Cyplenknov. There's the bump again. He did the damage in the opening round, and Denis is defensive. Has no other option at this stage. He's having to hang on there as Devon goes on that relentless offensive, putting bullet after bullet into the gigantic wrist and hand. Denis tries to come forward, but there's the pin, and there is the retention of the title.
Devon Larratt, 16 years in making. 3-0 right now. Will they pull two more? I think they're going to pull two more. You know the saying, real recognizes real. So I think there's, even with all the tension, even with all the bad things that have been said between both of those guys, they respect each other.
Oh my God, massively. Speaking when there are no cameras, to Devon Larratt, he faces in Denis Cyplenknov. This is a man who forced him to rethink everything, who set him on a path to reinvent himself. And look at the bravery from Denis there as he comes in and tries to last ditch it. That's what it meant.
So Denis's elbow coming off the pad, pretty rough. I would say if look at Denis's arm.
Strap, right?
That looks like it's, you know,
Even after he lifted it first,
I didn't saw him.
we did this review.
I
told you
May
this.
be the most delayed call I've ever seen.
I think if you just go back and you say, well, you know, there's some, like, both guys would agree, like, well, we're done with that round. But we'll see it again. We'll see it again.
We haven't seen it up here in the commentary booth yet, guys, but as the score stands, still 2-0. Larratt therefore, as I understand it. You can hear the support around the arena here for Devon Larratt. It is vast. It is uncompromising.
Shoulders, straight
So
shoulders,
has
please.
been the style
Shoulders more.
of the Ottawa
Wrist here.
high hooker,
Center.
who
Shoulders.
tonight
Wrist.
secures
Wrist.
a
Shoulders.
legacy-defining victory
Shoulders
if he
limit.
can put this to the
Don't
power.
move. Go!
There's the drive. The pro nation is engaged and he takes control and center.
And why
What
we're
are you doing? Here we go. Big drive. And Devon Larratt forces down, squeezes down, and he's talking all the time to Denis Cyplenknov. Starts to come forward now, closes down the space, makes it go dark. He wants to put the pressure and the signature press into Denis Cyplenknov.
Even with all this damage, Denis is still fighting. He's not letting go. He's still fighting. He's still holding on.
Turns to the pad, and that time it is emphatic, undeniable, categoric. It's done. What a night. The emotion in the room is ridiculous. Look at the pump on Denis Cyplenknov's arm.
It doesn't
That
look real.
is unbelievable.
Zapomnieć меня.
Well,
He's still saying, remember me. Yeah. I didn't teach him that.
This mattered so much to No Limits Devon Larratt.
I have
Maybe
teach him some other
the
Russian
most.
words, but not that one.
He's over in the corner and he's showing off the arm. He's showing off the tattoo, and there's the other arm. Wants to make a statement, really does want to leave a lasting impression in the mind
I
of
think,
his nemesis.
I believe people expected Devon to act differently on the stage. That's Denis will not pull anymore. Denis will not pull anymore. 5-0. Devon Larratt retains the championship. Takes down Denis Cyplenknov, one of his Mountain Everests, one of his Boogie Monsters. Let's get Devon and Denis. I hope they all can bury the hatchet. You know, things kind of sometimes escalate when you're trying to promote the match. You might say things you don't want to say, but some situations got pretty serious, I'll be honest with that, and here we are. I hope it's all is buried. We see the tears of joy on Jody's face. Devon Larratt is your champion. Yeah. Let's take a look at the replay. Starting from round one, Devon felt the side pressure was the key. Going inside wasn't, but high hook and high top roll was. Worked diligently on Denis's hand, pumping it, separating him. slowly making him weaker. And he did it. Match wasn't easy by a long shot. Devon Larratt becomes victorious in his right arm, first time facing Denis Cyplenknov. Maybe in a few years they'll run it back. Denis still needs time to get back in an arm wrestling shape. I think everyone, you need to compete more. You can't be jumping in. He picked Devon as one of his targets, but maybe he aimed too high. And Devon, amazing arm wrestling from him today. Shut down everything Denis was doing, then working hard on that arm pump and taking the victory. Little weird things happen on round 3 when we saw it go one more time, but yeah, Devon Larratt, Denis Cyplenknov is in the history books. Devon Larratt winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with an arm wrestling titan, Mr. Denis Cyplenknov. Denis, so many questions in the mind of everyone here tonight in the hotel, the arm wrestling fans watching around the world, and I'm sure in your own mind as well. Only your second match back, and you got to test yourself against a nemesis in a legacy match. One of the things we saw was that there is not a backward step in you, and you battled all the way, and the fans here loved you for it. How do you feel after the match, and what's next?
Значит, много армрестлингов по всему миру.
Ну, останавливаться как бы не намерен, буду продолжать тренироваться, все-таки надо дойти до пика, попробовать. Насчет Ларата, ну, я как бы сказал, то, что сильный соперник в любом случае, и плюс еще, конечно, он так психологически задавил, когда у него прям ряд побед над над крутыми соперниками было. Конечно, ты сразу судишь его форму, да, и ты понимаешь, что здесь он вырвался вперед, а я в роли догоняющего. Конечно, тяжеловато было. То, что он ряд прям крутых спортсменов выиграл прям недавно. И это поддавливало.
I will try to do my best shape next. I will try to do my best shape. Larratt is incredible sportsman. He proved it now. And we'll see. It was a psychological attack also. So he make too many wins before. And he was ready, and I was ready, and we see everything.
Many people wondered what the effect of this match would be on Denis and whether it would squash his desire to go forward. I wanted to understand when he would like to compete again and who he would like to compete against next.
Ну, я сказал то, что останавливаться не намерен, буду выходить на пик. Единственное, я, наверное, к такому Ларрату не был готов, потому что когда год назад я собирался вернуться, и он был чуть другой. Я еще раз говорю, он выиграл сейчас за некоторое время серьезных спортсменов. И это, конечно, дает повод, как бы говорится, ну, бояться его, да, потому что я-то особо не боролся. Поэтому психологически я, конечно, переживал то, что он оторвался по силе. Ну а в дальнейшем сейчас пару недель отдохну. Я думаю, с Нового года поговорим с организаторами и что-нибудь придумаем. Буду тренироваться дальше.
Actually, I won't be ready for that Devon in that shape. And about my next match, we will talk with the organizers and we'll see what they will recommend me.
Denis, I got to know you only in last 1 year. Yeah. And you are not only one of the strongest arm wrestlers in the history, and you are one of the best person that I have met in this community. And I really would love to see you again competing. Arm wrestling is great, but arm wrestling with your presence even greater.
One more man now we want to bring out here to the center. Ladies and gentlemen, he is still the East versus West Super Heavyweight Champion of the World, Devon Larratt. He will receive the belt one more time from Devon Cyplenknov. It is around the waist of the Soldier Boy, Superman from the frozen north of Canada. Devon, this has been the most emotional, action-packed roller coaster on the build-up to this match. We got to see that emotion pour out of you on what for you is a special day anyway. Made ever more special by the result here. You must be delighted.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be a little bit long-winded first. It really always feels strange whenever Levon puts the belt around you. That's always special. Thank you, Engin Terzi, for taking arm wrestling to this level. Huge thanks to Denis Cyplenknov. World level, I consider Denis to be one of the greatest arm wrestlers, greatest strength athletes ever to grace the sports and sport in general. I want to say, please don't misinterpret sometimes what happens before the fight. For me, the fight starts as soon as I sign the contract. Okay, I've been fighting Denis for the last 2.5 months, 3 months. I've loved every minute of it. As far as I'm concerned, the fight is done, and I can go back to loving Denis as an athlete and a friend. When I found out that this fight would be scheduled on November the 11th, I knew that it would be very hard to defeat me. It's a very emotional day for veterans and service people all around the world, and sometimes I still miss it. And a ton of respect for all my old friends and guys who are still out there doing the job. I miss you guys, and sometimes I wish I was there. This made me feel a little bit, just a tiny little bit, like I was back there with you. So it's a special day for me. I still want to thank some more people.